interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now, grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome inside the cave. Jeff Bowman, John Roberts with you here. John's got his hiking boots and his
flashlight.
compass.
You got the compass.
Okay.
You need to show us the direction.
All right.
I'll do all the work.
I will
I'm on the board today. I'll do all the work.
lead the way. Again, inside the cave, 96.5. Welcome to the show this morning on a nice day so far. It's supposed to rain a little bit today. though,
Yeah,
isn't
a little bit sticky, I felt like.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just because my car windows were up all night and it was kind of stuffy in my car when I got in it this morning.
it? Car windows aren't usually up all night.
They usually are, yeah, but it's
Okay.
not usually like it was this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I always put my car windows up. Well, I shouldn't say always. Every once in a while I forget and wake up to a wet seat because it rains overnight.
I haven't done that in a long time.
I haven't done it for probably a year, but you ever leave it open in the wintertime?
I don't know if I have or have.
Yeah, every once in a while I've just like, I don't know why too, because it's like, why do you have your windows down in the wintertime? Or it's like in the spring and you're not expecting snow.
Yeah, one of those things.
And all of a sudden it snows a little bit overnight and then you get snow on your front seat.
First world problems.
It is tough. It is tough sitting in a cold, wet seat.
But hey, guess what? We had baseball weekend.
Yes.
That was good.
That was awesome.
That was very good. We got some scores from Sunday we can get to, but you gonna hit it?
As soon as I can find it. Jeez. Here we go.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Trying to follow your lead, and I'm lost, lagging behind already.
You got the compass.
Okay. After taking the opening series against a very good Cincinnati Reds team, Tigers come home from their opener in Detroit today. Tigers won 2 of 3, both wins off ninth-inning home runs. Manager Ron Gardenhire noting the Tigers faced 3 Reds all-star pitchers in the series and got the best of them.
It's a good weekend for the Tigers.
Especially yesterday because Bauer was good.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Their starting pitching was good all weekend.
Well, and you look at their lineup even. I mean, yesterday Moustakas was out.
Yeah, that
But,
makes
I mean,
a difference, too. He's a good player.
But they've got some. I mean, Votto,
Yeah.
they're a good team.
Well, there's some people that think they can win that division.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
They're not quite the big red machine again, but
Oh,
they're still
my
pretty
gosh.
good.
And did you see, were you watching when they talked about, I mean, they called that lineup, the great 8.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they had some people.
They read through those. I mean, when you go
Yeah.
bench, Perez,
Morgan,
Concepcion,
Rose.
and then the outfield you had
Foster,
Griffey,
and
Guerrero? Or,
Cesar Geronimo.
yeah, Geronimo.
Yeah.
I mean,
that guy
that's-
like Hal McRae sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Dan Dreesen sitting on the bench.
That was
they had some people.
That was a squad.
Yeah.
Holy cow. But as good as Bauer and stuff was, but Spencer Turnbull allowed 1 earned run on 3 hits, 4 walks, with 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. Key in the 5th inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs, struck out former Tiger All-Star Nick Castellanos for the 3rd time, getting him with a check swing on an 0-2 slider. That was a great to get out of that jam right
Yes.
there. Holy cow.
Almost, I would say almost the turning point in the game, but when we get to winners and losers of the weekend, that's when you're going to hear about the turning point of the game. Because the game was still tied at that point.
Yes.
1-1.
Yes.
Correct?
Look at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did my homework, buddy.
All right. C.J. Cron clubbed a 2-run home run the 9th for a 3-2 victory to clinch the Tigers series at Great American Ballpark. And we got Dan Dickerson's call on that.
Oh, yeah, we do. Maybe we do.
Did
if
you
I
pot
can
it up,
pull it
too?
up. Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. I got the Z drive up. I know. Live radio, people. Stay with us. It's going to get better. It's a Monday. 96.5 The Cave. Dickerson.
Going back, Castellanos looking up, and it's gone, a home run.
You want me to do that one again,
Let's
Jeff?
Let's start fresh.
All right, man.
Dan Dickerson with the call.
The pitch, swinging a high fly ball, right field, fairly deep. Going back, Castellanos looking up, and it's gone, a home run.
There we go. Another for the highlight reel. Jacoby Jones leaped to catch the ball near the 404-foot sign. Crashed on the wall, but hung on to record the out, forcing the base runner to return to first. A miscue out there, and the run would have scored. Jones keyed Saturday's win with a home run. Rest of the AL Central, Indians 9-2 winners over the Royals. Twins regain their power stroke as Jake Cave hit a grand slam. Nelson Cruz homered twice in a 14-2 win over the White Sox.
We're going to see if we can get him on the air when they're in town to play the Tigers.
Twins set a major league record for the home runs last year. Kent Maeda allowed 2 runs and struck out 6 and 5 in his Minnesota debut. And then a bunch of other games.
There were a lot.
Yeah. We'll get to those. I'll just give you some. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of that.
We were having such good conversations before the show that our show prep isn't quite what it, me on the board and you with getting through the stuff out of the update, that we're going to do better in the second hour, by the second hour.
I forgot to pull up Passon's thing. Interleague play again. Yankees over the Nats 3-2. Colorado 5-2 winners over Texas. Then American League itself, Cleveland 9-2 winners over Kansas City. Baltimore 7-4 over Boston. Tampa Bay gets Toronto 6-5. Minnesota, again, over White Sox 14-2. Seattle 7-6 winners over Houston. Oakland gets past L.A. Angels 6-4. In the National League, Miami 11, Philadelphia 6. Pittsburgh over St. Louis 5-1. Cubs get past Milwaukee 9-1. Arizona beats San Diego 4-3. Atlanta, big win, 14-1 over the Mets. And San Francisco gets past the Dodgers 3-1. So there you have it.
No one is undefeated after week one, or the first weekend.
After the first weekend.
Yeah, no one is undefeated. The Padres were the last hope. They were 2-0 going into last night's game with the Diamondbacks.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Everybody's tight pennant races, people.
Well, you know what's funny is Pat and I actually talked about that on Friday because we were looking at, the Cave, the Diamond League with 48 games.
Yes.
And how close everything is there. You put a 60-game schedule together, you could have, and especially now with 16 teams.
16 teams in the playoffs. Everybody feels like they have a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be some team that no one thought would make the playoffs this year that's going to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And if you're that team, why not us?
Right.
Why not us?
Exactly.
We got to get hot really for about 30 games and then play decent the last 30, or
Right.
vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's happened before.
sure has. Look at the
35.
Nationals last year.
Well, remember 35-5.
And
that's
then
where
they
my
hung
30
on.
that's where
Then
my-
they hung on.
That's where my 35 came in.
Yeah.
Well,
And then they hung on.
I know. But they hung on to win it.
They
all.
hung on to win it all, but that's what a lot of fans don't remember
Yeah.
is the Blue Jays played out of their minds that year and almost caught the Tigers
Right.
at the end.
Yes. But that's where, because we all came up with our predictions.
Yes, we did.
And you were, what, 24?
24. I went a little low, but improved over last year.
Yeah.
Because I kind of did the math. They won 47 games last year, so that was like 27, 28, 29% winning percentage. I says they're going to win at least 1 out of 3 this year. Maybe a little better. I think their lineup's better.
I do too.
It just is now. They strike out a lot now.
Well, and 35 might be high, but part of that, I mean, when we were, it was.
Be optimist.
It was, and it's got talking points, and that was the whole idea. I mean,
Right.
if everybody says 24, 25,
Right.
bah, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to win some that they shouldn't.
Yeah, you and Pat both got them over 500.
Yeah,
I hope you're right.
me too.
Because if you're right, if they win 35 games, they might be in the playoffs.
I know it.
And people would lose their minds around
know.
here.
The short baseball season, but injuries are already looming large, including former Tiger Justin Verlander. He out maybe for the season with a strained arm.
Yeah.
That was the initial.
The initial was he was done for the year.
Yep. And then
And
he
then
came out.
Yeah.
Said,
Why don't
guys."
you read the update and I'll just listen?
I did.
We keep talking over each other.
And I didn't realize there was some audio on that one as I was flipping through a 1,000-page novel this morning.
War and Peace.
That's right. You know Warren too?
Yes.
In other MLB news, this is interesting. Red Sox pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez says he's awaiting results of additional testing after doctors recently discovered an issue with his heart they believe is a result of his recent bout with COVID-19. 27-year-old left-hander tested positive for the virus before the start of summer camp, but was cleared and returned to workouts on July 18th. He hasn't had another positive test, but said an MRI revealed a condition called myocarditis. The team's medical staff felt was serious enough to shut him down for at least a week. So,
Yeah, that's anything with your heart, obviously.
yeah,
That's
you want to.
it's kind of a big deal.
Right. And then Reds second baseman Mike Moustakas, who we talked about a little bit ago, went on the injury list Sunday after he woke up feeling sick. Manager David Bell said Moustakas didn't feel well when he woke up Sunday and was told to stay home as a precaution. Center fielder Nick Senzel was a late scratch also from the game. And that move comes a day after Reds infielder Matt Davidson went on the IL because he tested positive. So a couple guys around the Tigers that
Yeah. It's going to be cause for concern all season long,
yeah.
I think. I mean, and if you're the Tigers, you're fortunate and nothing comes from it from being somewhat exposed. That was the thing we said. The one guy was the designated hitter in the
Right.
game he played.
And he never got a hit.
And he never got a hit, so you wouldn't have been, first baseman's not standing next to him at first base. I mean, while maybe the catcher,
Right, but he's masked up some, so.
yeah.
Other news, former Michigan State quarterback Brian Lewerke was among 9 players the Patriots released on Sunday. Lewerke, 3-year starter at Michigan State, and as a captain for his last 2 seasons. So he signed with the Patriots after the team lost its franchise player Tom Brady left for Buccaneers, while former Spartans Brian Hoyer and then Jarrett Stidham were New England's quarterbacks on the roster. They then signed Cam Newton in July, so Lewerke was no longer needed.
He and Shea Patterson both looking for jobs.
Yes.
Not surprised.
No, not at all. Especially Shea Patterson.
Well, and especially with no preseason games, guys are going to get cut a lot quicker because they had to get down to 80.
Right.
So
And that's the interesting thing.
I think the Lions have to cut 10
yeah, that's
before they
and
report.
the crazy thing about that is with the no preseason games too. I mean,
Those bubble guys it's tough on them.
yeah.
If you're Kenny Galladay,
Those
preseason
guys,
games
but-
is great.
But I look at the fact that a guy that was on the show earlier in the year with a guy like Storm Norton that played at Toledo and was in the XFL and got signed by the Chargers.
Sure.
He's a guy that can only show now in camp, in practice.
Right.
I mean, it's not like he can go in a game and show some people what he can do. And so, that's going to be the interesting thing. Are those fringe players? It's like, okay, well, how are, the good thing is I know they've already changed it.
They've expanded the roster,
Yeah,
so
going in
more
this
guys
year.
will be on your practice squad.
So you wonder now, I don't know, I haven't heard any word on that, but you wonder if they're going to even go further.
Yeah.
Maybe give a little bit more. Hey, look, guys, we're not having any preseason games. We don't know somebody gets hurt or whatever, so we're going to give you maybe another 5 guys
right.
to be on your practice
And that may
squad.
not happen until that could I mean, it's a crazy year. That could happen during the season.
Right.
If they see teams all of a sudden are these 3 guys are out with COVID related illness this week, and all of a sudden,
Right.
I mean, we're going to talk more about teams getting hit by the
Yes.
COVID later.
In the PJ, Michael Thompson birdied 2 of his last 3 holes for a 4-under 67 and a 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open. Thompson finished 19 under in his second PGA victory 7 years after his first. Adam Long took second after a 64.
Easy for you to say.
Richie Wierenski
There you go.
shared the lead with Tom Center both Friday and Saturday before shooting a 70 to fall into a tie for third at minus 16. Tony Finau finished in the third-place group after shooting a 68. Arizona Coyotes, not happy with John Chayka. This is interesting. A decision to step down week after the team opens the Stanley Cup qualifiers against Nashville. Coyotes issued a statement saying they're disappointed in his actions and his timing of his resignation. He has chosen to quit on a strong and competitive team, a dedicated staff, and the Arizona Coyote fans, the greatest fans in the NHL is what they're saying.
You mean the arena where like 30% of the fans are in Red Wings jerseys when they come to play there? Those are the greatest fans in the NHL?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So he made a name for himself as one of NHL's top general managers since being promoted in 2016 and signed a contract extension through 2024. But here's the interesting part. His relationship with new owner Alex Marullo began to deteriorate when he asked for permission to pursue another non-NHL opportunity. The Arizona Republic reported Chayka was not invited to a recent dinner with Marullo and new CEO Xavier Gutierrez to talk with Taylor Hall about a contract extension.
So the timing's pretty crummy, but it sounds like their treatment of him was pretty crummy too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you asked to do something non-NHL opportunity. Hey, I got some things I can do.
Right.
Won't affect what's going on with this. No, you're not going to do it. Yeah. And then, we got contract extension talk with one of our better players.
But we're not going to invite you as the general manager.
Yeah, the CEO and the owner will handle this.
Yeah, we're going to negotiate this.
I think basically writing on the wall there already. But that was why I was reading that still, because that was the interesting part there. We still got a little bit of time. President backed out opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch at Yankee Stadium. Trump tweeted Sunday that he won't be able to make the trip because of his strong focus on the coronavirus, vaccines, and the economy. Trump said in a tweet, he said, "We will make it later in the season."
Okay.
I know. You were telling me where that tweet came from.
Oh, I don't know where it came from.
Well, what he was doing while he was tweeting.
Well, he was golfing with Brett Favre.
Yeah, so he was really concentrating on that economy at that point, wasn't he? I guess maybe if it wasn't his course, maybe he had to pay. That helps the economy.
That helps the economy.
See, there you go.
Maybe he made Brett Favre pay.
Yeah, it could be, too. Did Favre have all
Maybe he was Favre's guest.
Could be.
Favre might have I'm sure if Brett Favre has a club he's a member of somewhere.
I wonder if Favre had all of his copper stuff on that he has in the commercial with
Think he wore
Jerry Rice.
Wranglers, some Wrangler shorts
Maybe.
on the course.
And
Probably not at the
But did you see?
club.
Have you seen that commercial?
Oh, yeah. Him and Jerry Rice.
They got every.
Look like they could still play the way they. Of course, they're playing you and me in the park.
Every joint on them and a back support. All their copper stuff. It's just funny. It's like, all right, we're going to go. We're weekend warriors now. We got every single thing covered. Hey, I guess when you don't have a training staff to tape you up, you just buy those things and put them on. There you go.
Maybe that's what you and I should do before the show next week. We'd be better.
Get all coppered up. Okay.
Yeah.
The NBA said Sunday that Lou Williams of the Clippers is being quarantined for 10 days because of his trip of the league's bubble last week to attend a family member's funeral. He will miss at least two of the Clippers' seedings games, including their July 30th opener against the Lakers. It's possible he could miss more than two, since his likely release will be August 4th, the day of the Clippers' third seeding game. The issue was not that Williams left the bubble, but that he also went to a club on that trip to Atlanta, and photographs of the visit appeared on social media that prompted an investigation by security. But he only went there to get food, according to him.
Yes! 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 Yes!
I was just going to say where he went to, and now I'll hold that thought out.
It's okay.
But do you know what's crazy is...
Do it! Just do it!
He said that it was an old picture until somebody went, yeah, but there's a mask there that was...
From the bubble.
Yeah. So... I don't think that's an old picture, Lou.
No, I think he was at a
Magic City.
Gentleman's club.
Magic City.
Magic City. With a rapper.
Yeah.
Named like Jack Harlow. That just doesn't sound like a rapper.
It doesn't.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Maybe if you add Lil in front of it.
Atlanta is proud to present Jack Harlow. You'd expect like some, guy on the piano,
Right.
Harry Connick Jr. kind of guy
That's
named
not a
Jack Harlow.
rapping
That's not
name.
a real rapper's name.
I'm Googling it up right now.
Well, yeah, that's You still got more stuff to
Jack
talk about.
Harlow, rapper. Oh, he did sing a song called What's Poppin'.
Huh? Okay.
So,
All right.
okay. Interesting.
You want to read more about him during the break?
No.
Okay.
But the extra here we have. Sports have slowly made their way back over the last few months. Plus, we're going past break anyway. Proper safety precautions when it comes to both professional and college football. Most Americans believe they don't expect to see games. According to the Harris poll, only 32% of adults believe that an NFL season will be played, plus only 24% think there will be college football. Nearly 2,000 adults were surveyed. Of those, 29% of Americans believe the upcoming NBA season from the bubble will be able to finish. The first games begin on Tuesday. With baseball, the numbers are a bit more optimistic, with 45% expecting the season to finish. Okay, that's the sports update for this morning. Let's take a break and come back and talk some actual sports instead of just updating people.
There you go.
The big names, the big games. We get you the story inside the Cave. 96.5 The Cave.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Hello, I'm Mike Basham, the new service manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. This month we are offering special pricing on oil changes, 10% off any brake service, and savings on our BG air conditioning system deodorizer and performance enhancer. Remember, the Suburban Care program gets you 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 3 multi-point inspections for one low price. Busy schedule? We offer full service on Saturdays from 8 until 2, and also a fleet of loaner vehicles with a reservation. Get your vehicle ready for summer at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I'm Lisa.
As the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling, we assure you that we are still your local Lennox dealer.
Don't just guess if you're getting the best. We know you'll feel comfortable in your home with a Lennox. A Lennox will make the air cooler, warmer, drier, cleaner, and better, with innovative systems that are exceptionally quiet and energy efficient.
Our crew has the expertise and resources to serve you in the best possible way.
Call 423-3121. We're ready to serve you at Noggle Heating and Cooling.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
And find you the right policy at the best price.
for your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316
Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316
Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
or visit HayesINS.com.
Get up to 15% off MSRP cashback on select 2020 Chevys. You'll save 15% on Trax, 15% on Equinox, and 12% on the hottest new sport utility vehicle on the planet, the 2020 Blazer. Or maybe you should be driving the all-new 2021 Trailblazer. We've got them all. This is Charlie Ribatero from Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Chevy continues to be here for you. So let's look at all the possibilities to get you driving a new Chevy at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to go down the Soul Train line right now.
No kidding. This is Lou Williams music right here.
Oh, second now. Ian had to know that was chair dancing music.
That's chair dancing music
right there. Holy cow, I had not heard that
Ian
one yet.
might be the winner of the weekend, throwing that in the beds.
Wow.
Good job, Ian.
One other sports, because I had him on a loser a week ago when there was something going on. When I couldn't find the hotkeys or some stuff, I made him. We do one under the headline, though. The Houston Dash.
Houston Dash, yes.
Shut out all three opponents in the knockout stage, claiming their first trophy in the process there. After years marked the missing playoffs and coming up short, they won the 2020 Challenge Cup. So congrats to the Dash.
The National Women's Soccer League.
Yes.
Champions.
They were the first professional team sport to return to U.S. amid the pandemic. So congrats. It's an interesting name, the Dash.
Yeah, I wonder what that signifies. We'll maybe get our research staff on that.
I'm going to have to Google that right now. Research staff.
Well, while you're Googling it, let's talk some Tigers.
Oh, I was going to have you pull that song up.
What song?
That I sent to you.
Oh, the Tiger edition of...
We're talking baseball. We were talking too much prior on the show.
Yeah. We missed each other over the weekend.
Yes. The Houston Dash. But yes. Plus, you were happy that I sent you that.
Yeah, it was nice.
You were dogging the original one.
The original Talking Baseball, because it's so New York centric.
I did not realize.
Made it sound like New York was the only place they played baseball at one time.
Did not realize that that song was actually from 1981.
Yeah, but it's about the 50s, I think.
I know you just
which I will say in the 50s the Dodgers and the Yankees were probably two of the if not the two best teams, and then you had Willie Mays with the Giants in there, so I guess.
Okay, let's talk Tigers.
So a little pleasant surprise over the weekend, especially after the big loss on opening night.
Yes, because actually we're talking about our first place Tigers.
First place Tigers.
You know, not just Tigers.
And anyone who said they had the Tigers in first place on the morning of June 27th or July 27th.
You're as bad as MLB.
They got it fixed now.
Okay.
They just fixed it. So anyways, yeah, I mean, you're crazy if you said you thought the Tigers would. You're either the biggest Tiger slappy in the world or there's no way anybody said July 27th, maybe April 27th.
Right.
But
the name Dash refers to the fast running speed of a horse.
Okay, perfect. Let's get back to the Tigers now. We spent enough time on the Houston Dash. They won. They're champs. Congratulations.
Yay. Okay. Tigers. Our first place Tigers.
First place Tigers. We've established that.
We
get with me.
Be
here.
remiss if we didn't say that every time.
Yes.
Your first place Detroit Tigers.
Yes. And, just one of the things I texted you while I think we were both probably, I don't know if you were watching the game, but I was watching the game.
Yes, I was watching the game yesterday.
And I said, we should do like a hockey game where they have the 3 stars, and
I agreed to that.
And you agreed to that. You know, I always run things by you. You're the elder statesman here.
And I actually have it in my notes.
I have it on mine too, on my iPad. So, and we thought that would be a way for us to, on Monday mornings, recap the weekend for the Tigers, and who knows, it may become a little bit of a regular feature going forward as our way of framing discussion points about the Tigers weekend.
Yep. And again, so they lost on Friday.
Yes. Did not look good doing it.
Not
either.
at all. And Boyd did not look sharp.
No.
So that
He's
was
going to have to do better this weekend.
That was a troublesome game. That was what a lot of people
same old
expected.
Tigers.
Exactly.
Friday night.
But then Saturday, Ivan Nova got some good innings out of him.
Yep.
And I think, he's a nice offseason signing.
Yep.
And then you've got a guy that, C.J. Cron, who is another great pickup too as well.
Yep.
Free agent signing.
Yep. So, and they managed to win that one late.
Yep.
6-4.
Yeah. And then
was
yesterday,
the score. Yep.
I mean, they held in
the ninth inning Saturday night.
Yeah. But yesterday, I mean, they faced a guy in Trevor Bauer who was as good as anybody. I mean, he struck out every single player
in the lineup.
At
least once.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the majority of his, I mean, he had 13 strikeouts in the 7th, and then they pulled him.
Yeah.
And he was dealing.
Yeah. The Tigers made the Reds' starting pitching look pretty good. They struck out 46 times in 3 games.
But I think the Reds
they're going to have to cut down on that if they want to stay in first place.
The Reds pitching is pretty good, though.
It is. The Reds are a good baseball team this year. There are a lot of people saying they're either the favorite to win that division or certainly a possible wild card. Now, I would guess with the expanded playoffs that I wouldn't say they're a shoo-in. But I don't know that anybody's a shoo-in right now because you never know when you're going to lose 4 or 5 players for 10 to 14 days.
Right.
But they're a pretty good baseball team.
Yes, they are.
I mean, they got good pitching. They got and plus, if you can hit the ball at all in that ballpark, I mean, good Lord, every time a fly ball went in the air, I said, that's out of here. And I wasn't off too often.
The one great thing I'd tell you about
it's a neat ballpark, though.
Yes.
Go watch a game. It really is.
But I'd like to go there.
You should. You and your Kenny should go.
But the cool
or Joanne. You could take Joanne too.
Okay. The cool thing about that with no fans and stuff though is hearing the crack of the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different because you don't hear that as much.
Yeah.
In a real game. Now in Diamond League action, you hear the crack of the bat.
But you also have fan noise.
Yes.
Yes. So
it was good.
So then Sunday, again, it's a pitcher's duel, really.
Yes.
I mean, Spencer Turnbull pitched well for the Tigers. Got in a little jam in the 5th inning, pitched his way out of it. And
that was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he was able to settle himself down, and he had a lot of. He's good.
Yeah, he pitched well. He's not the next Justin Verlander or yet.
No, but
he pitched well.
He's young and he has good stuff, and
coming off a 3-17 record last year.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's a guy
that was a good start for him.
Yeah, that learning, it's tough to learn how to win.
And I think he showed yesterday, at least for 5 innings, 6 innings, just 5. That adversity may have taught him a thing or two about being a professional as opposed to a minor league player.
Right.
Because it is obviously a different ball game. It's a different level of competition.
Yeah, I mean, you're not facing in Toledo guys like Votto and Moustakas.
Unless they're on injury rehab.
Right. So,
That's the only time you're seeing those, or they're on there.
Right.
They're about to get called up.
But he faced a pretty good lineup.
Yeah. I mean, well, he didn't face Moustakas.
No, but it was good to see.
Yeah. I mean, So, do we want to do our 3 stars of the weekend right now? Or we got a little more time you want to talk? Or we could talk about our 3 stars. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, you want me to start?
Sure.
We're going to have to come up with a drop for the 3 stars now.
I know.
We got 3 winners, 3 losers.
Yes, we will.
All right, my first, my number 3 star, because in hockey you introduce your number 3 star first.
Right.
Jacoby Jones was my number 3 star. Had the game-winning homer on Saturday night and made a great play on the catch. I don't think it would have been a home run, but he certainly took away extra bases on that jumping catch at the fence.
Right.
And he played pretty good center field defense. And if he can do that and, some occasional pop out of his bat, he might stick around. Jacoby Jones, your 3rd star.
My 3rd star was Spencer Turnbull.
Okay.
Again, he's a guy that was, through 5. Only gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, walked 4, 8 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And
I think when he went out of the game, he and Bauer had only given up 5 hits combined.
Yeah.
Because Bauer had a 2-hitter through 5.
But again, he had 49 strikes out of 87 pitches.
Not great.
No,
but solid.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
like to see a few more maybe in that count, but
I mean, I think when that's where your 4 walks come into play. But I think he got squeezed a few times too.
It happens.
Yeah,
it happens. Sometimes you're going to get a looser strike zone too.
Yep. But I just think that he's again 5 really good innings, and got himself again in trouble that 1 inning, and that's where it. I think he threw a few more pitches that inning. But the way he battled back and battled out of that, I really that was good to see.
Yeah, no question. Number 2 star, the Tigers bullpen as a group in the last 2 games.
Yes.
I'm not so sure they gave up a run after the Reds led, was it 4-1 Saturday night? I think it was 4-1. Tigers scored 5 runs to win that game Saturday night.
Yes.
So, it was 4-1. They did not allow a run in the last however many innings they pitched in those 2 games. Well,
yesterday
because Turnbull went 5.
Jimenez comes in and gives a back-to-back double.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Okay, so they gave up 1 run. You're right. That was off the bullpen, not Turnbull.
Yes.
Double,
and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's not. And then they gets the.
Then
third.
they kind of settled down and But I'm still giving it to Tigers bullpen because they held the Reds in check and gave
Soto looked good.
Soto looked real good, and he was throwing gas.
Yes.
I mean,
he's a hard guy to
left-hander throwing gas out of the bullpen.
I liked him a lot.
That's never a bad thing.
No, and then Cisnero comes in, but Soto, I liked him.
I had someone on social media. Then Joe Jimenez came in and did his best Todd Jones impersonation.
He did too,
but he got him out when he needed to.
Yeah. He did.
Wasn't beautiful as the closer, but it was effective.
Yes. My number 2. Let's take a break.
Oh, okay. If you feel the need to.
Well, I mean, it's 20 till. That way we
give ourselves some time to really deep dive on this. Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
All right.
Let's talk sports. 96.5 The Cave.
Summer has finally arrived, and now that it's here, you better believe hot, muggy days are on the horizon. That means you need your air conditioner working at peak performance. If it's not, chances are you haven't had it checked recently. Or perhaps your air conditioner has checked out and is simply not keeping you cool on those hot, muggy days. Citizens Gas Fuel Company in Adrian can help with an air conditioning inspection. Trained professionals from Citizens Gas will come out and perform a complete inspection of your air conditioning unit to make sure it is ready for this upcoming hot and muggy summer. So do not spend another day wishing that you were cool and comfortable. Call Citizens Gas Fuel Company at 517-265-2144 today and schedule your air conditioning inspection. Again, that phone number is 517-265-2144 and schedule your air conditioning inspection. Citizens Gas Fuel Company, your local gas company, and more.
Is your asphalt driveway cracking? Does it need maintenance? After years of wear and tear, this is Rocky from K&B Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. We do seal coating, hot rubber crack filling, and unlike others, we also do our own striping, patching, and paving. We are your one-stop shop for all your driveway and parking lot needs. We have 25 years of expertise and are fully insured for commercial and residential work. Visit us online or call 264-2541 for more information. At K&B Asphalt, we pledge to keep our customers satisfied by providing expert service with quality materials at a competitive price.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision. Where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
Concerned about what's in your food for your reptiles or fish? At Red Mill Pet Supplies, we research where our food comes from, so you don't have to. Our large, healthy adult crickets are always brought in from a good source and are stored in a clean environment. We also stock regular and giant-sized mealworms. For your small animals, fish, reptiles, and birds, all your pets need for a healthier, happier life can be found at 1111 West Chicago Boulevard, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and on Facebook at Red Mill Pet Supplies.
Michigan's auto insurance laws are changing, and that means drivers have a lot to think about, right, Steve Hayes?
People are going to have to be hands-on their auto insurance. They've got a lot of choices here. Bodily injury limits or your PIP choice. Are you going to stay unlimited, or do you want to ramp it down?
But one thing hasn't changed. The local independent agents at Hayes Insurance Agency. They know the new laws inside and out. And whether you're one of their customers or not, they'll help you make an intelligent, informed decision.
It's not uncommon for us to take calls for 5 hours a day of just questions. I get a lot of paperwork that might be intimidating, and we walk them through it. We don't tell people what they should do. We're going to give them the option.
From the simplest questions to the most complex, count on Steve Hayes and his staff at the Hayes Insurance Agency.
I want to be the agent that has the most knowledge about these new laws.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.
And welcome back inside the cave.
A little Tom Petty-ish there, a little bit. I like that
Ian's
one.
getting an honorable mention for winners and losers.
We might have to bump someone off the winners of the weekend. Good job, Ian.
Too bad he's not listening because he's still sleeping.
He might still be sleeping, yeah.
There's no might about it. He is.
He's a young guy. They
He's
need their
only
rest.
up this early when he's in here.
True.
So, okay, back to my number 2 winner was Jacoby Jones. So you had your number 3.
Yeah.
But I think I just really liked he's doing a great job out there in center. Good catch.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and I just think that between what he did offensively and defensively, that he definitely earned my number 2 star.
Yeah, he's you know.
I have a feeling we might have a consensus number 1.
I don't think there's any doubt. One of the newest Tigers, C.J. Cron.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
My
just a
number 1.
great, first 3 games, couple home runs, game winner on Sunday, good defense.
Yes.
And played good defense at first base. I hope he's not like on the last year of his contract. I hope he's maybe got a year or 2 left on his contract and they got him.
Actually, let me see. Here's an article from January. C.J. Cron and Jonathan Scope bring impact bats injection of life to Tigers. That was the headline.
Okay.
From January 24th in The Athletic. So, let's see if I can see.
But he's going to, and I said this when they got him.
Both players on the Twins signed with the Tigers. Both of their deals were for 1 year, $6.1 million.
So,
yeah.
I'd love to see him for 1 more year at first base, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if he keeps hitting home runs, I'd like to see him for a long time at first base and make Torkelson the third baseman. But I think he's going to make Cabrera a better hitter, hitting behind him.
I think so, too.
I mean, you got Cabrera in the third spot. I think as this short season goes on, and if Cron stays hot, I have relatives, their last name is Cron. That's why I always get confused. And if Cron can stay hot, they can't pitch around Cabrera to pitch to him. Not that you normally pitch around the 3-hitter to pitch to the 4-hitter, but
yeah.
So if Miggy might see better pitches to hit, now he's just got to hit them.
But Cron hit 25 home runs last year. He hit 253 with a 311 on base. He had a 1.4 B-WAR where the Tigers...
I don't even know what that means. Don't explain it to me there. I don't care.
It's a walk above run.
How many RBIs did he have?
I don't know. Be quiet.
They don't keep that stat anymore?
No, this is all analytical. But here's the analytical stat that you didn't let me get to. He was worth 1.4 B-WAR. The Tigers combined for a -2 B-WAR from their first baseman last year. So they're going from a -2 he had a 1.4. Scope hit 23 home runs with 256, had a 304. He was worth a 1.6 B-WAR compared to a -2.9 they got from their second baseman.
He must be pretty good.
Yes. B-WAR.
You're going to write that one down? You're going to remember that one for future discussions? Because I can promise you that's a stat I will never throw out on our show. Never.
So it is a B-WAR, which is, I don't know, I've never seen it with a B in front of it. But the WAR is wins above replacement.
I know what that one means.
It's an attempt by the sabermetric baseball community to summarize players'
to
total contributions to their team in one stat. To kill a game? Come on.
It's math. It's all math.
F-WAR is the fan graphics calculation, and B-WAR or R-WAR refers to baseball references calculation. And then
anyways.
Then they have a WARP.
That's what the Starship Enterprise goes.
That's
warp
baseball prospectus statistics. That's what's bad, is you have a WAR, win above replacement. Then you have 3 or 4 different definitions of it by whoever is doing it.
You could have stopped when you said that's what makes it bad and lumped all those into the same category.
You're not into sabermetrics.
I'm not. I mean, I'm sure they have their place, and there's some mathematical relevance to, and sometimes it's right, and other times it's not. It's not like scientific law that this is what's going to happen.
No, but
I get it.
You're a fan of Billy Beane.
I am. No, I like the movie.
But his idealism.
Until he wins something, he's just a pretty good GM.
But
they haven't won anything.
But his ideas behind it, though.
I get the use of statistics. As a football coach, we used to do scouting reports, and it was like, on third down, they do this, such and such, and you would kind of game plan for that because it's a pattern. I get looking for patterns.
That's why people put the shift on.
I get it. I get it. I just don't like talking about it.
Get off your lawn.
I just want the beauty of baseball. I want, George Carlin talking about baseball versus football, and I want that baseball. It's pastoral. It's relaxed. It's slow-paced. I don't mind it compared because it's like a break from all the fast-paced sports.
So how does war?
It just
what
it
does
makes
that,
it makes it less
it's convoluted or something.
It makes it less. There's no romance to numbers. There's no. Numbers are hard, cold facts, realism. This is baseball's not supposed to be real and gritty, and it's like art.
You're just killing me this morning because you're a numbers guy though.
Numbers have their place in
that surprises me that you're that hung up on.
It was a sport that was already numbers based,
right?
And then we just added a lot more numbers. It takes the soul out of baseball.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
You look at that and you go, wow. So he is 2 points or 3 points better than what we had in the last year.
And that's good to know.
So then you're looking at it going, wow, okay, then this should help us.
I can tell you right now, when they got him, when they signed him, I said, I don't need to know what their stats are. I know they're going to be better than the two guys we were playing at first and second base last year, just from the eye test. They couldn't be worse. I don't even know who played second base for the Tigers last year. There was like
too many people.
It was like a mishmash of guys.
That's why they were a negative 2.9 B-WAR.
Well, and I don't even remember who played first base for the Tigers last year. Sometimes it was Cabrera until he got hurt.
Yeah, who the heck was it?
I don't even. That's my point. This guy's going to be way better than whoever they were trying to get by with there last year. He's at least a somewhat legitimate major league first baseman.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who was a contributor on a division championship team last year, both of them.
Yeah,
these guys are good players.
He hit 25
they're not
home
Hall of
runs
Famers,
last
but
year.
they're good players. They're good major league players. So I don't need B-WAR and WAR. And they're better at first and second base. Simple.
Simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah,
they're better. So we're going to be better. We're not going to win the World Series for the Tigers this year, but we're going to be better. We're not going to win 27% of our games or whatever they won last year. We're going to win more like 33 or 35% of the games, which is why I predicted they're going to win 24 games this year.
No, they're going to win 35.
I hope you're right, but I think I'm going to be right.
You're going to be WAR.
God, okay. I'm done with numbers.
Scope's another guy.
My head hurts.
Scope's another guy I like.
I do, because he's a better second base. I don't even care who they had. They could have had almost not.
Well,
quite
he was an
Whitaker,
all-star.
but-
I'm just pulling him. He was an all-star in 2017.
Yes, these guys are good players,
and he's from Curacao. So
Good.
He played in the Little League World Series twice.
Did he play with Andrew Jones? Wasn't Andrew Jones from Curacao that used to play for the Braves? I'm pretty sure. I think he was might have been the first major leaguer from Curacao.
He
Pretty
was,
sure.
The team from Willemstad, after a third-place finish in 03, helped the team win it in 04.
Probably watched him play.
His brother, Charlin Scope, is also a professional baseball player.
Yeah, but these guys, they're just better baseball players than who we had there last year. I think Nico Goodrum played a lot of second last year.
I think so, too.
I think he did. So now he's at shortstop, and I'm not sure he's a great shortstop, but, you know, they got one half of the infield right, at least.
Yeah. No, and you know, Candelario, you can't say, I mean, he didn't do anything wrong over the weekend.
He didn't do anything great. He didn't hurt the team. He didn't help the team.
Christian Stewart had a couple nice catches and left.
A couple good plays out and left, you know. Cameron Maben played solid right field, and then what's his name yesterday? Reyes.
Yeah.
Played decent right field, got a hit.
Right.
I mean, you know, it's why all these sometimes the numbers don't tell the whole story.
No.
You know, you win games.
They don't tell the whole story, but
they can fill in the blanks. I get it.
They're a part of the story now. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to be so down on them.
I'm not down on them.
You're
I don't
ripping
need
them
though all the time.
Talking
to tell
about
me
how
what
you
happened.
don't need. Come on. Embrace them. Embrace the new analytical charges that are out there.
Nope. Can't make me.
All right. Well, I'm going to try hard during the break. But we're going to come back. We've got winners and losers.
Yes.
And we got a lot more to talk about.
Yes.
Coronavirus, not good.
Not for team sports, no.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a white 2016 GMC Terrain. This all-wheel drive SUV is great on gas, roomy, but not too big, stylish, and very well taken care of. Some features include power steering and remote keyless entry. And best of all, only 30,500 miles. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales at Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
Homeschooling means more than learning at home. It means you, the parent, are the teacher, pick the curriculum, and report to the state. When you enroll your K-12 students in Tecumseh Virtual Academy, you are assured classes are aligned with state requirements and your child is supported by TPS staff members. The TVA gives students the flexibility to learn anywhere, anytime, and at their ability level. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Is your asphalt driveway cracking? Does it need maintenance? After years of wear and tear, this is Rocky from K&B Asphalt Paving and Seal Coating. We do seal coating, hot rubber crack filling, and unlike others, we also do our own striping, patching, and paving. We are your one-stop shop for all your driveway and parking lot needs. We have 25 years of expertise and are fully insured for commercial and residential work. Visit us online or call 264-2541 for more information. At K&B Asphalt, we pledge to keep our customers satisfied by providing expert service with quality materials at a competitive price.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. This is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
And welcome back. Inside the Cave, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts. 265-4000, our phone number if you want to call and chat. Give us some input of your weekly happenings, what you thought was good over the weekend as well. My wins above replacement for our sports update is very high right now.
Come on, let's go. We got a lot to talk about. I'm not arguing wins above.
Yesterday's games, Yankees.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
Right in the middle of mine. You're slow. Some interleague games, Yankees over Washington. Tigers over Cincy. Colorado over Texas. Then we had actual American League play. Cleveland gets past Kansas City. Baltimore over Boston. Tampa Bay beats Toronto. Minnesota spanked the White Sox. Seattle gets past Houston. Oakland over the Angels in the National League. Miami past Philadelphia, and they're staying in Philly. We'll talk a little bit about that. Pittsburgh over St. Louis. Cubs beat Milwaukee. Arizona gets past San Diego. Atlanta over the Mets, and San Francisco over the Dodgers. There you have it.
All right, hour two.
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year. You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
That's right.
All right.
Because we did it.
Are we going right into that regular Monday feature?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Inside the Cave, 3 losers from the weekend.
Your turn first.
I'm first?
You are. I went first on 3 stars.
Okay. I'll be first for the losers. MSU football.
Okay. Yeah.
Quarantine the whole program right now.
For 2 weeks.
Yes.
Says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But that's
your number 3?
That's my number 3.
Okay. My number 3, Justin Verlander. Not good news yesterday.
No.
They're calling it this morning a forearm strain. But yesterday it was an elbow injury. And so anytime you're a pitcher and your pitching arm gets hurt, that's not good. It's not good for the Astros either. They started out 2-0. And, a lot of people think that they're still the best team in the West in the American League, but
only if they can bang the drum slowly.
Well, yeah. So Verlander, that's not good.
No. My number 2, Lou Williams.
Yeah, that's probably not a good look by Sweet Lou.
No, I mean, yes, you're leaving the bubble because you're
family
going to a funeral. Yes, and somehow you end up at Magic City.
Not the Magic Kingdom.
No. But people for years I've heard say that some strip clubs have the best steaks out there. And he said he was only there to get the food. So, maybe that's a true statement. I don't know. I've never had.
I don't think we should probably research whether that's true or not. We
probably
might
not.
Get in trouble at home.
We may.
Yeah.
But so that's my Lou Williams, because now, he was going outside of the bubble, and then all he was going to have to do was
with permission.
Yes, with permission, and he was just going to have to, maybe be quarantined for a couple days because they knew funeral back, testing the whole time, seeing what's going on. But he decides to take a detour, and the detour is going to cost him because they can say, no, we can quarantine you for more. We have that right.
And that's going to probably eat into the regular season games.
2 or maybe 3 now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're the Clippers, you kind of want him around. He's a contributor.
Mm-hmm. So that's my number 2 was Lou Williams.
Were you listening to the DA show before we went on the air at all?
A little bit.
Where Mraz suggested why they didn't put a strip club in the bubble.
That would have been a great idea for them.
They had a lot of fun with that one.
I'll bet they did. But that was the one big thing. I mean, Stephen A. was talking about it,
Yeah. It's what some of these guys do when they're on the road. They're single.
Yes.
They're on the road.
I could see Mraz coming up with that, too.
Yeah. It actually was pretty funny. So, anyways, my number 2 loser was your number 3, Michigan State football.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to because I need to build up the Spartan faithful because we both have them in our Yes.
But I don't have them in losers just because I think they're losers.
Right.
So,
right. And same here. I mean, you got a new coach, and now your whole program's quarantined for 14 days. You didn't have spring practice. I mean, you're going to be playing games in another 45 days.
Now, the only thing, they should know this playbook inside and out, and you can probably be doing some Zoom meetings between, position things and stuff. So that's one positive, I guess, take of a quarantine like that.
Yeah, but you're not getting the on-field reps. You're not getting the.
No, there's a lot that's not good.
There's no timing that's down in the passing. There's a lot they're missing. Yes. So that's going to be tough for now. The good thing about it is maybe it's happening now and not in the middle of the season.
Right.
That's going to be way more detrimental to any team that happens to.
Nope, I agree.
So,
my number 1 loser, Toronto Blue Jays. They couldn't find a place to play.
Where did they end up?
Buffalo.
Where did I say they were going to play?
Buffalo. They're shuffling off to Buffalo.
It's their minor league affiliate.
I know.
It's got a few less than major league qualities for 30 games.
Which is
the locker rooms, I guess, are not real nice.
That's and I think that's one of their big things they were probably griping about. They knew what the place was like there as far as some of those facilities.
Well, some of them have played there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
when they were in AAA. I mean,
but that's for them to, basically. They were locked in. Pittsburgh's like, woohoo, we'll take you.
State of Pennsylvania said no. And I'm telling you,
no.
Having been to the state of Pennsylvania a couple times during this whole ordeal, they're in many ways a little tighter than we are here in Michigan.
Yes. And then the Orioles said, sure, come on. We'd love to have you. Maryland says, nah, rather not. So Buffalo it is.
And I, there's a part of me that understands both those states saying no, because now you're doubling the number of people that are traveling in and out of your state compared to just your team.
Right.
Actually, if you're Pennsylvania, you already have 2 teams that are traveling in and out of your state. Plus the teams they play that are traveling in and out of the state.
Right.
Now you're going to add a third on days where maybe you could give that stadium a break and, do all the cleaning you need to do and, the clubhouses and the dugouts and the field itself and those kinds of things. So I get it.
So Buffalo, their stadium is called Salem Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
After the Sailing Packing Company, they landed a major deal when the Blue Jays agreed to make Salem Field its home base this season. It's a 5th generation company making hot dogs.
There you go.
And this says the hot dog maker hopes MLB fans learn what Western New Yorkers know. What is Salen's? So it's a regional brand. Says it's interesting. The hot dog deli meat producer is going to put more eyeballs on our brand so people can see what really premium hot dog it is.
You probably shouldn't use the word eyeballs and hot dogs in the same sentence.
You're probably right there.
I don't know that you want to use certain body parts when you're talking about hot dogs.
But they're saying with no fans, no concession sales that they really rely on, they're going to have an e-commerce site for some direct-to-consumers, and they're thinking that Salen's, just because the publicity they're going to get. I mean, yes, they're.
How many are they going to sell at games this year?
None. Probably.
Okay.
That's what they're
so
saying. That's why they got this e-commerce site that they're driving.
Okay.
They signed a 10-year naming right.
They're hoping that people are going to take a chance on these hot dogs and order some.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a T-shirt or a ball cap or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying that they could double or triple their value of their media for their naming rights, because they just did it as the Buffalo, AAA franchise.
Right.
Now they've got all the major league side of it in there right now with their signage.
Are they
and
the
stuff.
Bison or the Bison?
Bison.
They're the Bison.
Yeah, they go with an S.
They're not the Bison.
North Dakota State.
Right.
Bison.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, that's mine. The Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Good for Buffalo, though.
Sorry. Yeah.
Good for the community of Buffalo that they got. Not that they can go watch it, but my number one, the Miami Marlins. They got all kinds of guys that are testing positive, and the biggest take that I get from it is I'm not sure this is good for team sports in general, what we're seeing happen with that group.
Yep.
They said the reports are reportedly 3 position players and a pitcher. And so we're going to see real quick how good the guys on their 30-man practice squad are going to fill in for those roles, because I got to believe those guys are going to be quarantined.
Yeah, and they stayed overnight in Philly as opposed to leaving for Miami because they said they wanted to see how everything was the next day.
Right.
Rumors have it that there could be more than those players.
Sure.
That has already been kind of talked about.
Yeah.
That maybe.
And I don't think the Marlins were, no one was picking them to win the National League East, but still, you could be playing with a lot of guys that weren't in your opening day roster all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And that's not, there's a reason those guys aren't on your opening day roster. They're not as good as the guys that
right.
are.
And then I've got a caveat. I'll throw an honorable mention there, and I should have talked about earlier.
Okay.
Was, Mike Clevenger is probably the biggest one right now that's talking about it. But the extra inning rule.
Yeah. I get what they're trying to do for right now. I like
it.
I hope it doesn't become permanent, though.
No, but like I heard early on, Gardenhire said I like it because, for one thing, you got less guys. You're playing more games in more days. You don't want to have a 14, 15-inning game.
And then have to turn right around the next day
you
after
don't have
a night
enough
game.
Arms to do all that stuff. And so, so this can save on it. But the crazy thing is Cleveland just lost in the 10th inning without giving up an official at-bat.
Right.
You start the inning with a guy on second base.
We still don't know how that's scored in the scorebook.
Right. So Kansas City has a sacrifice bunt, moves him to third.
Not an official at-bat.
Sacrifice fly.
Scores him.
Not
an official at-bat.
Not an official at-bat. The next batter walks.
Not an official at-bat.
He tries to steal. Gets thrown out at second base.
End of the inning.
Out 3, end of the inning. They lose by 1 run.
Because they can't do the same thing in their half of the inning.
That was given up without an official at-bat in the 10th inning. That's got to be one of the craziest stats ever.
Yeah, that's probably unusual. I wouldn't say it's unprecedented. We don't know that that's never happened before.
I don't know how it could have, though.
Well, a guy walks. There's a error. Try to pick him off first.
But an error would be an official.
No.
Okay,
the pitcher throws over to first. wild throw, guy goes to second, sacrifice bunt, sacrifice fly, run scores. I got to believe in the long story. We'll get the numbers guys from baseball on that. They probably can find
Sports
it.
Bureau on that one
I
right
guarantee
there.
that's happened somewhere
I don't
in
think
some
so.
game.
I don't think
in
so.
the history of baseball.
I would say no. Because then you have
we'll
to,
never know.
Because then you have to have another walk or another something to not have an official at bat to get that third
to get out of the inning.
Yeah.
Well, you just need an out after that.
But they would no.
True. That would be an official at bat,
Right.
So,
It would have to be
you'd walk and get thrown out.
I mean, it would have to be something
or
crazy
picked
like
off
that.
Or,
yeah.
Trying to stretch because if you're trying to stretch it, it still goes down as a single.
Single, even if you get thrown out at second.
Yeah.
Which is always the craziest
that
thing.
part may not have ever happened before, but I guarantee that a run scored without.
But that always cracks me up though, because you get thrown out at second, and you still say you got a single on it.
Well, you did.
But you didn't.
You made it to first base safely.
But you didn't make it to second. You got
because
out.
you chose poorly.
Right. But you got out.
But you still got one base. I think it. You know what I think it has to do with? It's probably that whole total bases stat that is used to calculate slugging percentage. See, I'm going numbers on you here.
Because if I got up and had 2 strikeouts and I got thrown out trying to stretch and got out at second, I'm still 0 for 3.
I don't believe officially you are. I believe you're 1 for 3. You got a base hit.
When I coached or when I never calculated that as an at bat as a single.
Well, you were cheating the kids all those years.
I guess so.
There's probably some records at Clinton High that aren't records now because of you.
Yep, and Kenny's Little League teams.
We're going to have to go back, get the mathematicians in baseball involved here.
See?
All right.
And you didn't like math a minute ago in baseball.
I like math when it makes sense and adds to the – none of this. It's bleh.
Well,
Okay.
see, here's my big thing, and I always hated math once you started throwing
letters
in
and numbers.
But I said, so B, war, and all that, I guess that's letters and numbers.
Thank you.
Inside the Cave, 3 winners from the weekend.
You want me to go first on winners?
Sure. We're probably going to have to take this into the next segment. Even.
We might. We'll go quick here, though. See if we can get it done. Jamal Adams and the Seattle Seahawks are my number 3 winner of the day. He got traded out of New York, which he wants, and Seattle picked up a pretty good safety to back the end of the. They all.
So
of a
I
sudden,
would say Seattle then, because I wouldn't throw him in the mix.
Well, he got what he wanted. He wanted out. He wanted out of New York.
I know, but
he
that
got
was-
out.
But he didn't
Now,
do it as a winner.
I think long
He
term.
did it kind of loserish.
Well,
I mean, he was throwing people under.
there
the
was a
bus.
method to his madness.
Yes, there was.
His plan worked.
I guess so.
He's a winner.
I mean, he threw Adam Gase as under.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
a
there's-
coach like that? No, we don't even want a guy. He can't be in that position of
but
leadership.
I do say the Jets, if they can make it work, position themselves better for the future.
Oh,
I
they
think
got some good
Seattle-
picks.
I think Seattle made this move because I don't think they feel their Super Bowl window is as wide open as it was a year ago.
No, I agree.
That
They
window's
needed
closing.
the help there.
And he's going to make he might make them the best team in the West. They might be better than the 49ers now. I told Ian we might have to redo our top 16 on the show. It'd be top 16 4.0 on Wednesday. He makes them a lot better on paper.
He does.
I mean, you got that guy in the back end of your defense now. With like they had, Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas back there in the Legion of Boom days.
Right.
This guy's pretty good.
He is.
So
He is. I got 2.
Oh my
Number
goodness.
3. Well, I got an honorable mention.
3A and 3B.
Well, I had to throw an honorable mention there. Jake Cave. How can you not love a guy with the last name of Cave?
I told you we're going to have to
I
try
know.
and get him on the air when they're in town.
We need to get in touch with him.
With the Twins press people,
Yeah, we need to get in touch with somebody.
media
there.
people.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do it.
Send them our logo.
You got
and
time
say,
today.
Yeah, because I'm going straight from this to do something else that's kind of important.
We are.
But how could you not? I mean, a guy hit a grand slam yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's my honorable mention. My regular third place winner, CJ Crone.
Okay,
What
I
a
like
weekend he had.
Yeah.
Walk off, not a walk-off, but 9
game winner.
inning game winner.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Saturday was just crushed one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 447 or something?
So it was big.
He drilled. So I like that. So C.J. Cron's my number 3.
Okay. My number 2 is the Detroit Tigers. Series win in Cincinnati with 2 9-inning wins. The first series win in a National League ballpark since August of 2017.
Yes.
So good for the Tigers. Good start after a bad start in the opening game. Came back to get 2 good road wins. Good job, Tigers. Go get them. Bless you, boys.
Those are a couple of things I sent to Ian, too, I found on YouTube. The Go Get 'em, Tigers.
1968.
And then the Bless You Boys. So, my number dos, City of Buffalo. I mean, that's big for them.
It is and it isn't. It is. I mean, it's good for them, but it's not like people are going to be flocking to the ballpark now to watch these games.
No, but
that's the one drawback in the whole thing. That's a one drawback.
It is, but it kind of puts them in the spotlight a little bit again.
Yeah.
You know,
good for Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It's not maybe as good as it could have been if people could actually come to the games. So, you want to take a break before we do our number 1?
Yes.
We'll come back and do our big winner of the weekend.
That's right. We'll do that.
All right.
Lenaway's Sports Lineup. It's all here on 96.5 The Cave.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
Get up to 15% off MSRP cashback on select 2020 Chevys. You'll save 15% on Trax, 15% on Equinox, and 12% on the hottest new sport utility vehicle on the planet, the 2020 Blazer. Or maybe you should be driving the all-new 2021 Trailblazer. We've got them all. This is Charlie Ribatero from Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Chevy continues to be here for you. So let's look at all the possibilities to get you driving a new Chevy at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID-19.
A specialty pet store doesn't mean higher prices. At Red Mill Pet Supplies, it means a healthier selection. Our experienced staff will help make sure you get the best nutritional value for your pet, and our frequent buyer program will help you save when you shop with us. For your dogs, cats, small animals, fish, reptiles, and birds, all your pets need for a healthier, happier life can be found at Red Mill Pet Supplies, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and at redmillpetsupplies.com.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision, where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.
Disappointing.
Yeah, this is an oldie. It's a good one, though. It's a good sports show tune, but I was really hoping Ian had one more brand new one.
Yeah.
He's still a winner of the weekend.
He is. We'll give him that. Okay, number one. Is your number one first or me?
Yeah, I didn't I go first on the winners?
Yeah,
I think I did, yeah.
No, I did, didn't I?
No.
Because I had the two of them.
Oh, go ahead.
Who was your third?
Jamal Adams.
You did
in
go
the Seahawks.
First.
I did. I tried to tell you I did.
All right.
I keep track of these things.
Because you made me go first in the
losers.
Yeah.
I went first in the Tiger 3 stars.
Yes. Okay, who's your winner?
Major League Baseball.
Oh.
Just the whole thing. The season's underway. We're playing baseball. The first of the 4 major sports to resume their season or start their season. So good job, Major League Baseball. It hasn't been without some issues, but
right.
We're still playing games.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You ready?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Daniel Bard.
Used to be a catcher or something. Is he still a catcher?
No, he was a pitcher, and he's a pitcher again.
Didn't he pitch for the White Sox or play for the White Sox? I thought he was a catcher.
No. Red Sox, Texas, Cubs. Huh. Daniel Bard.
Go ahead.
He most incredible comebacks of a generation. He got a win for the Rockies.
Okay.
So, first win. It gets his here's the headline. After overcoming yips, Daniel Bard gets win in first major league game since 2013. So, he 7 years away. Last year, he was working with the Rockies as like a psychotherapist type of thing, mentoring guys and stuff. Working.
The mental aspect of the game.
And so he was playing catch and doing things and went, man, I still have some of this stuff. So he decided to come back and try it again. So he hit 99 on a gun yesterday. But here's how his career went in the minors after throwing his last major league pitch in 2013. 2013, 23 walks in 6 1/3 minor league innings in the Red Sox organization. 23 walks in 6 1/3. 2014.
Wonder what his whip was.
I don't know. Look at this, though. 2014. 9 walks, 7 hit batters in 2/3 innings in the Rangers organization.
Huh.
9 walks and 7 hit batters in 2/3 of an inning.
I'll bet that's never happened before in all the years of baseball.
2015, no appearances after signing with the Cubs. 2016, 13 walks, 5 hit batters in 3 innings in the Cardinals organizations. 2017, 24 walks, 4 hit batters in 9 1/3 innings in the Cardinals and Mets. 2017, October of 27, he retired. So in total, that's 69 walks, 16 hit in 19 innings of work. So he started again playing catch with people and went, you know what, I can do this. I can throw this. I can do it. So he got back on the mound and actually got a win over the weekend.
Who'd the Rockies beat? The Rangers? I think they were playing the Rangers. Pretty sure it was the Rangers.
Could be. Let me see.
You got it right there on your sheet.
Right here on my sheet.
Yeah.
Colorado were the Rangers.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. I mean,
that is pretty good. I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
He's obviously overcome some struggles not being able to find the strike zone as a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name again?
Daniel Bard.
There was a guy named Bard that was a catcher for the White Sox. Josh, I think.
Okay.
I'm thinking of him.
His 4-seam fastball averaged 95, topped out at 98.7. 20 of his 25 pitches were strikes.
Not bad.
So, I mean, the yips are amazing. I mean, it's cost a few people their careers.
Oh, sure.
Guys can't throw the ball back. Catchers that can't throw back to the pitcher.
Sure. Guys that can't throw the ball.
Guy was at the second baseman. I can't think of his name. That could not throw the ball.
Steve Sachs.
Yeah.
No, Chuck Knobloch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them had throwing issues
Yeah.
during their career. But
it's an amazing because it's something that you've been able to do your whole life.
Well, you wouldn't be in the major leagues if you couldn't do it.
Yes.
So
and
you
all
had
of
to
a
be
sudden,
able to do it at one point. It just goes away. The
you
ability
can't
to do it.
I mean, there's catchers that ran the ball back to the pitcher.
Sure. So with this guy, I don't think we're going to see like a movie like The Rookie made, like with that movie about the guy that coached high school baseball. And
Actually, I did see one thing where it showed a picture of him and it said the movie's going to be a great story.
You can't beat The Rookie.
That was a good one. That
was a good one. That was a good baseball movie.
Actually,
good story. Feel good
We were
story.
talking a meeting
I think
the
that's a
other day.
Disney movie. Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
We had a meeting today about some baseball movie stuff.
Yeah.
Categories. Because we could do sports movies. I mean,
Yes, we could. Like Ian and I did the food one, like a bracket challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. No
Yeah, because you
question.
could break it down from different sports.
Different sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You'd have to have like a generic sports category because some sports there just aren't enough movies made about
Right.
it. Whereas like baseball, even football doesn't. There's more football movies, I guess, than there used to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
basketball, there's, I think,
Some.
enough, maybe. But then you've got, like, some good boxing ones. Or
Golf.
maybe golf, a good racing one.
yeah, yeah.
There's some ones that are out there that would kind of be
You probably would have to throw hockey in with
generic
golf
one.
and racing, and because there haven't been many hockey movies made.
There's been a
few, but not many.
I mean,
Slapshot, obviously. is,
Obviously.
Miracle.
Yes. What's that other one? There's the one.
Young Blood.
Ooh.
With Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
As a hockey player.
But that one where they played the up on the lake.
Mystery Alaska.
That's a good one.
That's not a bad. That's a very underrated hockey movie, actually.
Very underrated.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
Well, then
one.
you got Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks, and see that's where now do you do Mighty Ducks 2, and there weren't there like 6 of those movies made all of a sudden.
There were a few.
Yeah, see, those would be like your low seeds, the sequels.
But same thing like with boxing. I mean, where do you go with Rocky? You know?
Yeah, but as a series, you got to say the Rocky movies are way better than the Mighty Ducks. I mean, that's not even an argument.
No, but I'm just saying, when you
well, sure,
throw it out there.
Right. Well, the original's the best.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but there are a couple of the sequels that were pretty good. I mean, Rocky 2 is a pretty good movie.
Whatever he eats, he destroys.
That's not Rocky.
I know.
2.
I was in my head
4.
ready to say that before you said.
They probably
2.
should have quit at 4. In my experience.
Yeah, but you know what? That came out really good.
You're going to tell me Creed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
sure, kind of continued the story in a different direction.
Yeah, and for being away for so long.
Yeah.
To come back in with a Creed.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's Creed, other than because one thing you don't see in any of that. Where's Rocky's kid?
He's probably making money doing something. He's got a life away from the ring now, and
yeah. You see Apollo's kid, but you would think that they would have thrown Rocky's kid in the corner or something,
something. Been his manager, his promoter,
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's got his own little pet store in Philly. Or
Rocky
something.
3 was okay with Mr. T.
Clubber
that was
Lang.
Okay, yeah. 4 was just like a feel good about being an American kind of. Let's end the Cold War.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because when you turn a whole arena against the Russian
in Russia,
yeah,
that was kind of unrealistic.
A little bit.
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
But training in Siberia and everything, though, that was cool.
That was all right. Would have been way too cold for me. I'd have never agreed to that fight if I was Rocky, because it would have been way too cold.
Yeah, but he loved it going out there, running in the snow.
He's a Philadelphia guy.
Why not?
He used to punch meat in a meat locker.
See, yeah. So,
this was nothing.
Being chased by a Siberian tiger possibly was
nothing.
No. It's that the racquetball is hard to bounce in the snow, though, that he always had.
Catching the chicken would be a lot easier, I would think, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, the chicken can't run as fast either.
And
his legs are shorter.
How many people carried around a racquetball and bounced it off the walls and stuff after watching Rocky have his?
I can tell you one guy that didn't.
You?
Yeah.
Come on, I had one.
Okay.
So, man, I guess that didn't happen in Royal Oak. The mean streets.
No. Yeah, the mean streets of Royal Oak when I was a kid. Yeah. If we had racquetballs, we were playing racquetball.
Okay.
We were into racquetball. I actually played a little bit of racquetball when it was popular. It wasn't bad.
Actually, there was a kid that was a couple years behind me at Clinton, and his dad built one in their barn. So we'd go play
Well, there used
out
to be
there.
outdoor courts. You'd have just a concrete wall with and it'd be a racquetball court outside at a park. Not everywhere, but there were certain ones in the area I grew up in.
New York City had them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that happened in Big, and they were fighting over
Yes, they fought over the racquetball. Yeah, I remember that scene.
That's another classic movie, not a sports movie.
No.
Except for they did play racquetball in it.
Where that would be a stretch to be in our tournament. I would veto that one. It's not a sports movie.
No. All right.
A League of Their Own, though, with Tom Hanks. That would be a sports movie.
Because there's
might be his own. Is that his only sports movie?
It could be. He pees in every movie, though.
Oh, it's a natural human function.
But
Jeff.
there is a scene. Yeah, you go back and you look at almost every single Tom Hanks movie. There's a urinating scene with Tom Hanks. It's part of it. He's talking or doing something while he's doing that. Almost every single Tom Hanks movie. You can even Google it, and because it is. It's like, are you serious? Another one.
Between now and next Monday, I'm going to be just researching the heck out of that. He's made a lot of movies.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
I never, ever thought about that.
Somebody brought that up one day, and I was just like, wow, that is very true.
I just watched his new one a couple weekends ago, The Greyhound, where he's the submarine or the destroyer captain, and they're hunting down the German U-boats or U-boat.
I don't remember.
It's on Apple TV.
See, I don't have Apple
yeah,
TV.
see, when I bought my iPad, I got a free subscription to
Oh,
Apple
there
TV,
you go.
So I watched it.
Okay.
It wasn't bad.
All right, let's take a time out, and then we can talk a little bit about this coronavirus and team sports.
Yeah, let's do that.
If it's sports and you're thinking about it, we're talking about it. 96.5, The Cave.
We're talking with Steve Hayes from the Hayes Insurance Agency. Steve, what does it mean when we say you are independent agents?
Independent just simply means we have more than one carrier to go to. If someone calls and, hey, my price seems a little high on my auto insurance, what can you do for me?
You can do that. You can compare, find the best price and the best policy for them.
Our companies that we write for strictly write in the state of Michigan. So you're not getting caught up with a rate increase of a tornado that happened out of state somewhere, and these companies are trying to recoup that money. The companies that we deal with strictly right here in the state, they know the state, they know the people.
Rely on the experts at Hayes Insurance on Occidental Highway, providing real customer service for more than 50 years. Coverage you can count on and advice you can trust. Always there whenever you need them.
Call the experts. Hayes Insurance. You know just how close you've come. Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
Hayes Insurance, 423-8316.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
Hi, I'm Jim Nagypel.
And I'm Lisa Weddle, and we're the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling.
I've been away for a while, but I'm excited to be back.
That's right. We're thrilled to offer Jim's extensive experience in heating, cooling, and plumbing back to this community.
We'll continue to service all brands of heating and cooling units, but we proudly sell Lennox, and we are your local Carrier dealer.
Please visit us at 1108 West Chicago Boulevard in Tecumseh, or give us a call at 423-3121.
Hello, I'm Mike Basham, the new service manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. This month we are offering special pricing on oil changes, 10% off any brake service, and savings on our BG air conditioning system deodorizer and performance enhancer. Remember, the Suburban Care program gets you 3 oil changes, 3 tire rotations, and 3 multi-point inspections for one low price. Busy schedule? We offer full service on Saturdays from 8 until 2, and also a fleet of loaner vehicles with a reservation. Get your vehicle ready for summer at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
I'm Stan the man I am, and I have to say it feels like spring outside today. But spring rains have sprung, and older roofs and spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weak. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today. We'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, call 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you, for Stan the man and the cats in the blue hats, Tom. That's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
Call 800-668-1928 or visit DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Yo, welcome back in. Good.
We're going to let that one go till the end of till it's done.
JR over there on the ones and the twos today. That's a good one. Ian stepping up to the plate, adding some new tunes. Again, this is like a Snoop Dogg beat right here.
Yeah. Maybe a little Dr. Dre.
That's right. It is. There's some West Coast stuff right there.
Oh, man. I'm just going to let it run. I don't care if we talk any more sports.
That's some Compton stuff right there.
Yes.
Ian going old school.
All right, I'm going to take it down because we do have some more sports to talk about.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on right now, as we talked about with, you mentioned
the Miami
Marlins, and earlier in the show we mentioned the MSU team that is quarantining, as well as
Rutgers.
Yes. So they're in a quarantine as well.
Also with a new head coach.
Yes,
no spring ball.
Greg Schiano.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the interesting conversations that's been going on around the NFL.
Yes.
Is the NFL is you're really benefiting if you don't have a new quarterback, don't have a new offense or defense that you're putting in, don't have a new head coach. Those are the teams that could really get off to fast starts in the NFL this year.
Right.
I mean, that's a big advantage. Same's true for college football.
Yes. And this is two that are on the opposite ends of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because this is really showing to the extent of what could really happen. I mean, is all of a sudden you're going to have a breakout among the team, and so is your season lost at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's really, really interesting is...
we did get, while we were on the break, we did get a question from one of our listeners. And it's a good question that I really don't know the answer to. They have rapid testing now where you get your answers in like 15 minutes. And why wouldn't pro sports be using that? And maybe they are. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I have to do a deep dive on that one.
Well, because I don't think I know. Let me see. I saved an article because I think that when you're looking at some of these testing, I know that I guarantee you part of it has to be how much it costs.
And maybe they are more expensive. I don't know. But and these guys are getting tested at a much higher frequency, I think, than some sports it's like every day or every other day.
But so Juan Soto from the Nats. Here's a timeline for his test results. This was this past week.
Right before opening day.
So Sunday he tests for COVID, saliva, works out at Nats Park. Monday plays an exhibition in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday receives negative result for Sunday test. Tests again, plays an exhibition in Washington. Wednesday works out at Nats Park. Thursday receives positive test result from Tuesday's test.
So 48 hours.
4 full days between giving a saliva sample that tested negative and then receiving a positive result. So...
But I'm saying 48 hours from the time he took the test, maybe 36.
Yes. But again, I mean, he takes one on Sunday, a saliva test, and it's negative.
Right.
And then takes another test on Tuesday.
Turns out positive.
But not till 2 days later.
Right.
So, I mean, again, he goes from Sunday to Thursday before he finds out that it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people did he come in contact with?
Sure.
Thinking that you're okay.
Well, and these guys aren't in a bubble either in baseball.
No.
They're going home to their families,
right.
Their girlfriends, their whatever,
Yeah.
Going out to have a meal and maybe a couple beers and,
So something like that. So that's Soto, hanging out with people.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, how many people did he come in contact with because he didn't think he had an issue?
Right. And you wouldn't think money would, as much money as they're making, you wouldn't think money would be the issue. I mean,
Or do they, how many tests do they have of those available? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
So that's something to, I find, I don't know. It's a great question from our listener.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer to it. And,
but again, we're having now.
But you would think, you'd have these tests that get you the quickest results and also the quickest return because you don't want guys out of the lineup for extent. You want to, if they test positive, you want to start quarantining them or retesting them as quickly as you can.
Right. Yeah, and that's the key is getting them back. But then again, you're looking also besides the quarantining, you're having like this Ohio Athletic Conference, college. Baldwin Wallace, Capital, Heidelberg, John Carroll, Marietta, Mount Union, Muskingum, Ohio Northern, Otterbein, and Wellington.
And that's impacting some local people because we have some kids going off to those colleges that are going to be athletes and students.
Yes.
And we have some people from here that coach at those schools. And now they're just postponing. They didn't cancel.
Well, they're eliminating all fall sports.
With the hope to play them later in the year, I thought, when I read that article.
Postpone all sports until the end of the calendar year.
Right, so no sports in 2020 in that conference.
Right, all winter sports.
But January 2021, they're going to pick back up.
It says winter sports featuring basketball, indoor track and field, swimming and diving, and wrestling will not have intercollegiate competition until 2021.
Right.
The current goal is to move competition to the spring, though nothing has been decided.
Right. We've seen all kinds. Even the MHSAA has that potential plan in place. So I think that's a pretty standard contingency.
Right.
For almost everybody.
Yep.
If the Big Ten were to say tomorrow, we're not playing fall sports, but we're going to look to play them again in the spring or at some point in 2021.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting to see what the heck happens. Because, again, it's a new day every day when people are trying to figure out how to navigate through this.
Yeah, and and it's at all levels. I saw a thing the other day. There was a report that I think it was a kid from Ida High School, was one of the local within this region high schools tested positive, and so they closed down their workouts for fall sports. All sports, maybe. I probably got a few winter sports, basketball and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was Ida. I don't know that for sure, but it's a sport where kids from this county are going to play, and so it's
an interesting thing because Huge has been going crazy on the statistics of things and all that. And he posted something last night that said that there was more deaths from pneumonia last week than from COVID cases.
Sure. And I think that the idea now is fewer deaths, but more cases.
Right.
But
I think
is that due to the increase in testing?
Right.
There's got to be some mathematical correlation there, I would
imagine.
I
think part of it, too, is you look at it's more younger people getting it.
Well, they're starting to be around one another again.
But I think there's more healthier younger people that are getting it.
So they're going to recover.
Right.
What you don't want the younger people, and this is the concern with schools, is, these little kids get it, and they're less likely to, for it to be fatal.
But who are they passing
it on to? But who are they passing it on to? And, so until we know how much that happens, there's still a lot of questions with this thing. We have answers on some things, I think, or we think we do.
Right.
It's science. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of trial and error. It changes every day.
Right.
We don't have any scientific laws on COVID yet.
No. But I think if you were able to really look at the majority of deaths,
sure,
there's a lot. I would have to think the majority had underlying factors to begin with,
and are in the older age group. That's a much higher risk.
Yes,
I mean,
so the people that don't have underlying features and are in the younger, healthier,
sure. But we do know that there are people that weren't in that high risk age group also that have passed away, from either COVID related or COVID itself.
Yeah, so I mean but I do think that there are, again, it's a lot of question marks on it, and again, question marks on some of the data, and that's what's really scary is, you look at some of these places that say, oh, well, we are only giving you the positive tests.
Yeah.
We didn't do negatives because we don't normally say when we're testing for this or this or this, we don't say how many negative ones. We just tell you the positive. So, are those numbers skewed somewhere then? Because all of a sudden it looks like it's a higher concentration of cases because you're not getting both sides of it. And I think that's what's been, and I think a lot of that is also due to the fact that everybody is accounting for their own stuff in all these different states too, and it's it's not uniform how these numbers are provided to everybody.
Well, and I think, the key thing with sports and COVID is going to be you hope for the best, but you got to be prepared and you got to be flexible in making seasons happen and those kinds of things.
Right. No, I agree. So, again, been a good one. Had some good stuff to talk about. Don't forget tomorrow, get the odd couple back in.
Yeah, hope you'll come back next Monday when we're together.
That's right.
I hope you come back every day, but especially when you and I are together.
Diamond League action tomorrow night again. It kicks back up.
Yes, Tecumseh and Addison. Yep. So, big game.
Yes, it is.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day. To the people working at our grocery stores, we are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams, working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3-Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3DPT, because people matter.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, and this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Summer bundles now available at D&P Communications. New customers get a 250 meg internet connection paired with D&P Connect Pro, the most complete whole home Wi-Fi experience available, for only $59.90 per month. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees not included. Some restrictions may apply. Service not available in all areas. Superior service, exceptional results. DNP Communications.
We want to take you out to the ballpark. At 96.5 The Cave, we created Ball with a Twist. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 2. Lenawee County High School teachers, administrators, and coaches will swing for the fences and play ball live from Cave Stadium. John Kane, Jeff Bowman, John Roberts, Pat Hayes, and Ian Wendt will call the action on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. The Lenawee Diamond League is brought to you by Hyatt Insurance and Beecher Street Car Wash.